What's up, guys? We just got this game, Lord of the Rings, Guardians of Middle-earth, on Xbox Live Arcade. It's pretty legit. We like to play League of Legends a lot, so decided to pick this up. It's basically the same type of thing, just on a console. Obviously, it's not as in-depth, but it's got a lot to it. We've been having a lot of fun with it for the past, like, 4 hours.
Has it been 4 hours?
I don't know, it's been a while. But here we got a game. We're doing Elite Battlefield and
Battleground.
Elite Battleground. I always keep saying freaking Battlefield. Alright. We got on the left CGS Will. That's my friend Mark. He's here playing him. I'm just doing the commentary. It's 5v5. They've got a 3-lane map, which this is basically Summoner's Rift from League of Legends. That's, you'll see.
Oh, we finally got this one. Holy crap, this is confusing. Where am I going? I kind of want to go ahead.
He's playing. Oh my god.
Please don't lag. I want mid. No.
Okay, so we got 3 mid.
Guess I'll capture this turret then.
So here,
Or not turret, but
if you guys haven't played this game or know anything about it, there's 4 shrines, as you can see. I guess the closest thing you could compare it to in League of Legends would be like the blue buff and red buff.
or the new 3v3.
Or on the new 3v3 map. The new stuff they added there on League of Legends. But basically, you want to control these shrines because they give your whole team buffs. You know, they're going to make your whole team better, and you'll see as the game goes on, it's not only about the towers and getting XP from minion kills, but you need to focus on the shrines as well.
Freaking hate that thing.
Because they really will. Especially like in a 1v1, they can really change the tide. Just based on which team has the more shrines, or the better shrines. So, Mark, he's playing Arathorn, which we found to be like the best archer, like the best range character in our opinion. We haven't messed with many of the magic characters, but as far as like, we just keep calling him like an ADC, AD carry. As far as those go, he's definitely the best in our opinion. And Mark's gotten pretty good with him.
Because I'm a beast.
But see, it's kind of like a constant shrine battle throughout. In Elite Battlefield, there's no time limit to the game, and it's 5v5 obviously. But there is another game mode called, I think I just said Elite Battlefield again. Elite Battleground, that's what I mean. And there is another game mode just called Battleground. And that game mode is 5v5 as well, but it has a 20-minute time limit.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, which, you know, as League of Legends players, we don't even want to mess with that, because if you get 2 good teams going at it, you don't want it to just end at 20 minutes, because it's going to take longer than that. So we don't even mess with that. We might do that later, but Elite Battleground, that's where it's at. I almost said it again.
You need to get that right, man.
Their team's pushing mid right now pretty good. And we got some guys coming in from behind. The ganking is pretty good. If you can coordinate with your team, I mean. This is pretty good. If you guys don't know anything about the game, you can upgrade your towers.
At level 6.
At every 3rd level. Well, it's starting at 6 every 3 levels. And there's 4 different upgrades, which you get one at 6, 9, and then you get 2 of them at 12. And the same thing, pretty much where the inhibitors are in League of Legends, you have the...
No. Come on, okay.
Wow, there's some lag.
I don't want to lag out. I'm doing good.
Usually the game doesn't lag this much, guys. It just must be these connections to these other people.
Got my ult.
And you see at level 5 you get your ultimate ability, which is your Y. You start off with your X, A, and B, and you can upgrade those as you go. You upgrade each one with 4 points. The max level is 14. Usually if your team is winning, it takes about 15 minutes to hit level 14 if you're getting kills and stuff. Basically, if you're out leveled by 2 levels or more, it gets pretty tough to win a fight.
Unless you're me.
And but anyway, back to what I was saying about the inhibitors. Kind of where the inhibitors are on League of Legends, we have these things called Barracks, and that is where the minions for each side spawn. And
they spawn where the nexus is.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can upgrade, just like the turrets, you can upgrade the barracks, and the first upgrade just gives your troops like more armor and attack, just kind of generally upgrades them, making them a little better. The second upgrade, you get cavalry units, which you would think they'd be faster. They're not faster, but they're just as strong as the ones that you had before that, but they knock up the enemy team minions. So in theory, they're better. And after that, you unlock 2 new upgrades. One of them is siege units. That's the best upgrade in our opinion. Basically, the team on the left, which is considered the evil team, I guess, they'll always get trolls when they do that. And here's the barracks menu right here. You can pause that and read it if you want to, but I'm sure you'll see it again later on. You want to bring up the turret menu real quick?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me get to my tower.
So we'll get up to the turret menu right here. The turret upgrades are pretty good too. Same thing, the siege upgrade is the best in our opinion, but you can't get that until level 12. So they did a pretty good job balancing all that out as far as the levels that you can get them at. And you see, to upgrade it, you have to start the upgrade, but then you have to stay around the object that you're upgrading until it's done. So, you know, if enemies are around, that makes it pretty hard to upgrade something, which I think is pretty fair.
You are pretty good.
Yeah. And as far as the characters go, right now there's 22 champions. Well, I'm calling them champions, I guess, just say characters. There's 22 characters. They're actually called guardians. And they're all cool. You know, they're all from certain movies or books or whatever from Lord of the Rings. We got a big battle going on right now, and Mark's about to die. Yeah, there he goes. Wait. He had like 20 health. Wolfrun came and saved him. Wolfrun's pretty beast.
What a beast.
So now he's just recalling the base. You know, there's so much similar in this game to League of Legends. It's pretty crazy, but you know that feels good about it. You know, it's like a console version of League of Legends almost. And but yeah, there's 22 Guardians right now. They have DLC coming out, but they already planned to come out to release 8 more over a set period of time. And a new mode called Survival, where I'm guessing you just fight off waves of enemies.
Which is awesome.
Which would be pretty awesome in this game. And there's also another map that's 1v1. Not 1v1, it's 1 lane.
Which is ridiculous.
And it's 5v5 on like just 1 lane. Just imagine that. It's just like a hallway, yeah. And it is basically team battles from level 1 to 14. And they usually take longer than this game type, so that's really fun just to mess around with. I like this game type better for, you know, like strategy and team play and stuff, but that's just fun, you know, to add some variety to it. Just killing some minions. Now, if you play League of Legends, you might have noticed there's no mana. It's basically kill stuff and level up. There are monsters throughout the forest, pretty much like jungling. There's bushes you can hide in, but from those monsters you only get XP. You get a lot of experience, which is good. You know, if you have a level advantage on your enemies in this game, it makes more of a difference than in League of Legends, in my opinion. There's also no items to buy in this game. It's a little more simple as far as that goes, but there are relics and gems, which you set up before the match, and potions. And all that is basically kind of like your masteries and your runes. You set them up, you can have, I think by rank 12, you unlock all 20, or not all 20, you unlock all 10 custom loadout slots.
You kill stealing mofo.
Yeah, and that's basically like your rune pages. But what you have is you have a belt. Your character has a belt, which you can see in the bottom left of the screen, right under where it says Smite. Which those are basically your summoner skills, right above there, but I'll get to that in a minute. You got your belt down there, and every 2 levels you move up a step on your belt, like a gem. Like you see the green one starting on the left, and the purple one, and then the 2 yellows, and now he just moved up to that diamond shaped one. Every 2 levels you progress up your belt, and this you set up before the game. It's like your runes and masteries, but then you'll see in the background like the green bar that's glowing around the first 2, and then the big orange bar behind the next 3. Those are your relics, and what the gems are, the little things inside, and they give you minor buffs, you know, 2% move speed, 2 ability power, stuff like that. But the relics are kind of like your quintessences. They're the big dogs. They really upgrade your character and let you specialize it more to your playstyle. And there's a bunch of these relics and gems that you purchase with the in-game currency that you get from playing matches. They some of them cost up to 4,000 gold, and a new guardian costs 5,000. So some of them get pretty high up there.
It's pretty easy to get.
It's pretty easy to get gold though, so it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, as long as you keep winning. Usually you don't get too much when you lose, obviously. And we did notice, we were in a game maybe an hour ago, and it like desynchronized, kind of like it almost did there. And they yeah, you'll see the spiders right here. That's the cavalry. The cavalry for the evil side, and the other side gets horsemen, like true cavalry.
They're not horsemen. I forget what they're called. I bet all Lord of the Rings fans are gonna hate us for not knowing.
Well, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you're watching this video, tell us what those...
They're dogs. I know they're, they're in the field. It pisses me off because I love Lord of the Rings.
Well, you see right above them up there, there's a big troll. You can kill those and get, I think, around 500 experience. We've actually never killed this one. He looks a lot tougher.
Yeah, he is. Okay.
That one probably gives a lot of experience. I guess you could compare that to the Baron or Dragon, maybe. Like I said, there's no items, so you're not like collecting gold in game to buy anything. You're just trying to get experience and hit the max level basically before the enemy team, and that'll give you a huge advantage. As far as ganking goes, there's a lot of possibilities. As you can see, there's a bunch of bushes and stuff, and they work the same as in League of Legends. And
oh, it's over now. You ready for this? Wait, one second, let me...
And here he's upgrading. He just hit level 12. And you can get a healing upgrade or the siege upgrade. The siege upgrade is really good. It basically shoots catapults at any nearby enemies or minions, like just big rocks. And if you see it here, he's upgrading it to siege there. He's going to get trolls that also do the same thing, and they have a ton of HP. So they're really devastating to the enemy, and that's another reason why being a higher level than the enemy team really puts you ahead.
Because as you can see, I'm the only one that's level 12.
Yes, Mark is the only one right now at level 12, so that's giving not only his team a huge advantage, but, I mean, obviously him, but it's really hurting the other team. They just got a guy on their other team that hit level 12. We've noticed people usually don't take the time, or maybe they forget to upgrade their barracks and stuff. There's a troll right there. They're pretty epic. The good side, they get ints, you know, the big trees that do the same thing. They just throw big rocks, and they do a lot of damage and can take a lot of damage.
Gonna go gank this guy.
But what I was saying is most people seem to forget about it, or you know, just don't really think it helps that much. I don't know, but it helps a lot. If you get this game and you're playing, upgrading turrets and barracks should be a priority. Yeah, if you notice everybody in your team's pushing their lane or getting pushed back, then you should recall and take the time to go do that, because it can really change the tide. Especially if the other team isn't taking the time to do that, then you're going to be a step ahead of them there. Those are the horseman cavalry things that we can't think of the name of.
I know the movies, I know...
So, obviously the other team has not upgraded to siege towers yet, and they do have one level 12. So that's already, you can see how fast he killed all them. And this troll will be able to just tank this turret. Like, look at this. He can just eat up this damage. Okay, they got siege towers now. There's the int. And you can see it does quite a bit of damage. Those rocks when you get hit by them. But since they were late on upgrading, we already got the tower down. And we're starting to push them back into their base. At this point, usually there's like a point of no return for the team that's stuck in their base. So, especially once their barracks get destroyed, then they can't produce anything but basic minions. So they won't have any more ints or, you know, anything special. So that just makes it even easier to kill them. And another thing we've noticed in this game in general is that basic attacks do a lot of damage.
It depends on the character.
It does depend on the character. Usually the range ones like Arathorn and Legolas, they do tons of damage. As you can see, they do quite a bit. The melee ones, it really depends on the character. But the basic attacks are generally fairly necessary part of your combo. Your skills all have cooldowns, some of them are pretty long. And basic attacks usually do enough damage to really hurt them and finish them off or whatever.
Oh my god. I thought I was going to go flawless that game.
So he just died for the first time. At least you get to see the death screen. You know, it tells you
everything.
Who killed you, how they killed you, with what. Here's the scoreboard. You know, got the teams. He's on the left side. CGS Will, 4-1. Their team has taken 0 turrets, and our team has taken 8. You know, there's no return from that in this game.
If you have an equal amount being taken, it becomes a pretty long game.
Yeah.
And
the game definitely gets. I mean, this is fun, but it gets super fun when you got fairly even teams and you're pushing back and forth. And that's where Elite Battleground really stands out above regular Battleground, because, I mean, right now it's at 18.5 minutes, but, you know, it hasn't been much of a challenge. They've just kind of been rolling through the enemy team. The enemy team is 1 man short, and
I'm lagging.
it is kind of laggy.
But it doesn't lag when you're in combat.
Yeah, that's another thing we've noticed. Usually when it lags, it's just when you're running around like this. In combat, it's super smooth. I don't think either of us has lagged in the middle of a fight, so it's definitely not game ruining or whatever. Sometimes it can take a while to find a match. I think this match didn't take too long, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, but earlier we waited for a game for like 6.5 minutes. You know, it might be because we're doing Elite Battleground, and I think more people play regular Battleground.
Because they're not good enough to do any of that.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, as League of Legends players, we just can't. I personally just can't do that. I mean, it takes the possibility out to have like an awesome even game. So we just stuck to this. Now, one thing I forgot to talk about, I think I kind of mentioned it earlier, was the smite ability you see in the bottom left. And he can press left bumper. He just used smite. It's basically like smite in League of Legends. It deals a lot of damage, but you can use it. You can use it on the guardians, which are the players, or on the monsters that are in the jungles. And it does a lot of damage. I think it does more as you rank up. And he can press left bumper to switch to his other skill, which we had heal on there. And that's exactly the same, you know, it heals you. I'm not sure if it heals allied units around you though. But, you know, there's like 5 tiers of those, and each tier has 4 different skills in it. And once you hit a certain rank, you can have 4 different, they're called commands.
Yeah, commands.
They're called commands. I just keep calling them summoner skills, but you can have up to 4 of those equipped at one time once you hit a certain rank. Right now we're rank 5 and it goes up to 20, but you can prestige, which we thought was pretty funny. You can prestige after you hit 20.
And there's accolades.
And there's tons of challenges for each
character.
For each guardian, each character.
There's 10 challenges for each one.
10 challenges for each one, and you know, there's tons of accolades. You get rewarded, stuff like this, which that is a potion. We didn't really talk about the potions either. We haven't messed with them too much. We always seem to forget about them.
You don't really need it if you're so good like us.
Yeah, Mark's getting a little
cocky
over there. But basically you equip those using a D-pad in-game. That's how you use them. And
it's one-time use.
It's a one-time use. So, you know, you could stock up on 4 different ones before a match. If you used all 4 in that match, you'd have to buy 4 new ones before the next match. So
it's kind of a waste, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they have their time and place, but there's so much going on that we don't need them, and even if people use them against us, we usually don't notice a difference. Like I said, being a higher level than somebody else, even by a level or 2, is going to give you so much of an advantage in this game that potions really don't have that much of an effect.
Farming is key.
Yeah, farming minions and monsters in the jungle and stuff, just any way you can get experience fast
Soldiers
is good. That's your aim, because you want to level up. You want to level up fast. So, that was just one of our games. Just wanted to bring that to you guys. You know, hopefully this game gets a lot bigger. I think it's awesome. We're really having fun with it. I think it's got potential. It's the only game like this on a console that's, you know, the only like high budget game.
That's good.
That's good. It's really well done. It's got player support, you know, it's got all that. If you quit a game, you have to wait before you can join another one, and all that. So we recommend this game. We might put out some more videos of it. We'll have to see how it goes. see how the feedback is, see how many people watch it.
Use different characters.
Yeah, use different characters. And hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you liked it. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you didn't like it, tell us why. And